trying to clear up some mistakes I made about the public. As far as the public, see, I didn't put the capital B. So that was kind of deceptive, right? But now you see, now you just keep the L down, and unfortunately the L, it kind of looks like an I, and that's saying something there, really, to tell you the truth. There's a profound reason why. But the I is found in a lot of things here, because that's you. We can put the I there. I want to say reverse, but that's just the way it is. But we're not that advanced yet. This is like 10 years from now, right? We use this symbol in replacement of the small letter I. But see, I'm trying to make a point, just as a human heart that can make a point and bring it up, right? So we've got the pubic in the house, right? And that's in case you relate with being either a sheep. See, first of all, I just want to stop at the word she. It's important to realize that that word right there, see, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll pause it right now and cover up that window. See, but yeah, I was trying to explain that with, this is a whole holy scripture, I guess you would say. Why? Well, because because the reality of the she, it's not just one, there isn't just one here. There is he and she, is what I'm saying. So, but see, it's one, it is one in this word. And because that's the proper way to see the organism. Yeah, the organism. If you notice with me, kids, that the word organism, see, that's one thing that we love about the O. This is a symbol. In other words, you're saying the word O, which has we in it. Do you notice that there's the we there? Yeah. And so that's where the actual word O that everybody hates is actually turned into a good thing if you take your freedom to capitalize here. It's like more like an anywhere, anytime. Then you are putting down the O. Just to find the bird in the word, see, because the bird in the word is fun. That's what the human being and the sheeps here can do, is play around. We're playing. And when we play, we know how to play. And see, the O is a forever symbol. And if you look it up, what does O mean? It will tell you it's a symbol, and it will tell you first that it represents infinity, right? You know, infinity, right, is this. It's just an interconnecting symbol. I like the infinity better, but a lot of people, this is really it though. See, the 8. Oct, right? See, isn't that cool how the O, the great recycler, I'm pointing the arrows, but it's actually that that it kind of goes in. See, there's this O is a very spiral type of thing, and it's like a donut that keeps oscillating. The oscillator, the great oscillator. See, we can put an I right there just to trip people out. Oscillation. See, I like the A, and then but you put the T down, and there's an I. There's the standard, right? You know about the suffix I was trying to tell you is the standard. It says, well, look, there's an I-O-N. Anyway, there's 2 O's there, which is kind of like this thing. You've only got 2 happy things going on there. Anyway, but as for the mouth noise, don't get too hung up on it. We're looking at the fact that we have a pictures system sent from outer space that is the English alphabet. It's a symbols system. Boy, I only know about like hardly 0.2%, but it's enough but it's just an O in and of itself. The O, you notice how I did just sneak the we in there, and in fact, the word O that we hate, right? We is there, see, because no single person owes. It's actually we. We have access to intellectual properties, which is the earth and the universe itself. That is, if we graduate into we, rather than I, he, she, or me. See, what I'm talking about is calm unity. There's that word unity, right? And so, but how does it happen? First of all, you have a right to capitalize anywhere, anytime. And there's the happy T. Why not just start drawing pictures too? You want it to stick out that unity has happened, and that's what's in the capital. Okay? And so put the Y up too. We discussed how the TY is a suffix, but I say, we've seen it everywhere. The Y itself is very important. That symbol right there is all you have to do is use your imagination and know that that symbol is actually part of you, right? It's part of the you. But these symbols right here are very intense. I think we've talked about it before, and it's important to know what a scientific tool you are. And these, our hands are in the air, wave them like this, just don't care. And then we have the donut. Everybody loves the donut, right? But that's the oscillator, man. That's the forever recycler. That's like forever life. That's the Taurus. It's like very important. And then the U is, it kind of captures stuff, really, to tell you the truth. That is a cup. It's an important tool. We are containers, in effect. We kind of hold, and then we can pour. See, it's important to look at this, and it's not P-O-R. It's put the P down, and then O-U. So notice the sound O-U. I-O-U. Well, that's a good thing, because that means we, babes, but that means you have an understanding of something, and then you're going to share. So, right? So we keep that up. Pour, ours. If it pours, is it ours? It's good to look at that. So anyway, I don't know. It's good for hypnosis, babes. You need to raise your consciousness. That's all. That's what we're talking about, is raising your consciousness into unity, which is really singularity. We say in outer space, the final frontier, is that calm is verse. Because if there is an R reverse rule, R is welcoming you to get another word. And because what is this? Well, how do you know what's a verse? The calm and verse are the same to me. I figured that out. It's like, well, don't get too confused. That's the thing about words. It's like, well, it's all pointing at one thing, which is the truth in reality. Can we go there and bypass it? We're not so telepathic and honest. This is a system that gets back to the honest truth, kind of like in a very humorous way. See, because what's on C, what's on calm, you have two eyes that can see the nature of it, that it's your profound responsibility to open both eyes, let alone the one eye. Pardon my cat. She is such a good little baby. Anyway, kind of repeating myself but no, you have to repeat yourself. Start making it click into people, basically really what higher consciousness is available through looking into what's kind of stuffed into the English writings, that it's a requirement for all of the people of the earth, it seems, modern day China and all these people, they learn English. Well, it's because it's a space interface system. It's a requirement. It's like we're trying to do progress. We're trying to do human evolution. Like, let's say, if we were to become more unified as a people. No. 92, 92. Nah. This is our mascot, by the way. See how she has the little boxing gloves? So, as an astrologer, this all kind of is fun correlations going on. I know that we're sheep, see, because we're Aries. Aries is pointing at the nervous system. If there ever was an organism to it or an organization, it's through our nervous system that we begin to communicate, whether we know it, like it or not, right? And it's best to know that that's happening. So we have Aries, and see, I'm going to draw this out. This is more like a drawing to me. See, A stands for atomic assembly. I love that this is truth here about how it's the I am. R, very simple, right? It's kind of like, that's stupid. No, you don't know how important it is. What I'm talking about is how that when you start diligently finding birds and words and just doing it every once in a while and showing your friends on Facebook this or any platform, I would suggest pick Facebook because you're there to find friends. That's the beginning. That's the first platform. And see, people don't know what friends are, but it's like this. There's only two types here. There is the type that is capable of being a good friend, and then there are people that just aren't, but they're acting like it, right? See, that's the problem that you have with your narcissist, is that they pretend to be a good friend. They are pretending to be human, bottom line. See, a human being is capable of being a good friend, but see, human beings are magical, is what I'm saying. They are very versatile. They're a rainbow. And see, they're not black and white. See, the non-human entity who has yet to become human, see, or maybe they're not ever supposed to become human, but this is what you're supposed to know. Why you're even on my channel is because a lot of you liked my narcissist films, and so we know that there's a non-human faction. They are plugging away. They're doing the gauntlet over there, which some of us find is kind of impossible, or we ignore it until we get sick, and then we say this was kind of impossible. I don't know, but there is kind of a change happening now within humanity. You know, in fact, that world out there, it keeps chugging away the way it does, like forever hell, churning, you know, like a furnace. And again, now this is the part where I say, minute 18, hold off. Breathe. Try to love your neighbor first. Do something magical. In case the kids were watching, whether they're yours or not, does not matter. But it does. To God, God says it does matter. You get nothing in heaven for loving your own children. What you get credit for in heaven is to love your neighbors right in front of your children. Now that's getting merit up in heaven, baby. Getting back to our embodiment here on this plane, it starts with Aries, you know, and as you can see, with the third eye is open, R is. That's pretty much it. We are here. That's a big, big, big thing, though, see. Are we even here or not? See, we don't even acknowledge that. People are like, shh, let's say that I am a, and then there's a name too, and that's like everybody thinks you're separate now. Well, no, but that's Richard, and there's Tom, and it's like, yeah, but do they use the sky? The sky. You notice the word in the word sky, babes. I mean, now I'm a kid just looking at this, and you should be a kid looking at it with me. In the word sky, we're gonna put the lowercase k in. Did you know that the Y is a vowel? It has all the vowel sounds in it. It has O, like O, right? And oo, U, and Y has I. See, that's where I'm talking about. It has the I in it, right? And the middle of the word I, there is Y. So I didn't lie yet, but that's important to know that the word sky has the sound I in it. That's just what's going on here, babes. Our third eyes, whether we know it like it or not, are connecting us to this plasmatic field that we're in, this particular realm that we're in. So, yeah, just wanted to give you that little just how do we look at this, and that's how we do it, collectively. As a matter of fact, the sky is what we use to see the same things, like, okay, about the Statue of Liberty, or there's the Grand Tetons over there. We all can log in. We're all logged in whether we know it, like it or not. And see, the narcissist, it's questionable, see, because they don't have a conversation. You don't know where they've been, how, what, but so what's the purpose of this? Well, wouldn't you like to get away from that gaslighting community or world? The entire world is geared up to harness and keep that side of the organism going. And I say, well, wouldn't you like to click out every once in a while and say, why do we have to mix it up with these crazy people? They're like, hi, Diddle. Diddle wants up again. She wants to talk about it once more with me and you. This is important in case you find yourself typewriting. Your community here, which is, it's already organized. See, this organ thing comes up. See, but the organ that we're talking about is the heart. And do you notice that in every church is a darn organ? We don't know what kind of organ. It's just a piano, right? So the organ is definitely eyes. The suffix of the ION. It's okay to just put it in your computer. The organ at on. I know that sounds nuts and like retarded, but that's basically it. If a sheep was to start talking and he's like, well, but my organ is at on. And that's, but see, the at, the A, you can just say A, and it's the same as saying atoms. The way that you're operating right now, your body, is highly scientific, whether you know it, like it or not. Your heart, you're an electrical body, and you're interacting with this field, and you're gathering information. See, all I'm pointing out when I start talking about the suffixes and the symbols and stuff, it's telling you, babes, you don't have to read a single page. See, unity. This right here, unity, babes. That I there is just showing you. Well, don't forget that the eye is on. That you're all interacting. See, like I like to say, and it doesn't even have to be your third eye. It's just if you're watching this, whether you know it, like it or not, you are in the chaos now. See, a lot of people don't like chaos, and it's like, well, you'll like chaos now that I clear it up for you. See, there's the A. A is awesome, right? But I say find bird and word to calm down the baby sheep. As or has. How about that? And that's something that everybody has. There you go. The A, that's important, the fact that it's in there, because A is the atomic field. That's what your electrical body and your entire body, but it's electrical, is interacting with. The mind doesn't like reality. And then now, as far as people, and when they hear the word chaos, they don't really know what it is. But I say, and I was trying to remind you, it's chaos is, it's like your TV screen has all of the static right there, but then when that's chaos, see, it's like this, babes. This is it. It sold out within hours. And it's too bad people are wiping their darn bungs on it because, pardon me while I blow my nose, they're actually wiping their bungs on infinite possibility, the ultimate truth, clean slate. This moment now, this is it. The mind can't think it. I mean, there is a lot there too. And as far as scripture and all that, I think that that's what this should be, really, is every morning just get rid of that, throw it down the toilet, but start fresh and new in the now, because that's all you've got, babes. And we talked about the now, right? How that the K should not change that sound. It's still now. But why is there a K and why is it silent? Maybe it's something I don't understand. See, that's where I say, think with me a bit, because we want to get it right. And I say, with the R there and everything, it's apropos to try to find out what word we can get out of this configuration. But I'm keeping it down But see, there it is, right. That you want to put that third eye up, because why? Well, that's right. See, now you notice this right here, the GH, that's totally silent, but of course we have the truth at the end, the I. That's the main thing you notice. As sheep, you're like, well, that is safe. It's safe. See, people that have had their third eyes awakened and they're on, they are like in a complete state of surrender usually. They're probably going through some stress, but they're doing prayer, and yeah, they're like stressed. They're keeping up with it. They're doing yoga, they're fasting. Maybe they're stressing their own selves out, and then bam, their third eye opens. And see, that's when they're in the middle of like they're praying for not just themselves. You know, you start praying for everybody. Say, man, I hope to God you help everybody, that we all get helped, that we're all our eyes open and we put our heads together and figure out how to feed a chicken. Here's
Dime diddly do. Oh, she's wonderful and marvelous and great. She's a dragon right now. Oh, sin catch it, not wish just one and magical. Well, it's important to be present for the baby.
right. So it's right to be present with the life that's happening. You know, it's amazing. You know, all we have is each other with that. I mean, I don't know what everybody else is doing, but how are you doing? So one thing I noticed, it was close to the full moon, and I couldn't believe it. See, because the moon in astrology, the moon rules our emotions. And so I just wanted to point this out, because this might convince you that I know that we're onto something. See, you want to capitalize the M, emo. Here's that TIO again. This is fucking amazing, right? And this, you don't even know what it is. You know, we can discuss this for the next half an hour. But I'm just doing a very fun thing that the sheep can do right away. They're like, well, the moon is in the word emotion. Sorry, pardon me. I'll get it right. You have to get it right. Takes time, takes a little discipline. It's an idea of how I am moving, but let's put that freaking I in there. How about that? See, I'm doing the I, but I'll put the I there. It's an I. The dot looks really weird, doesn't it? Anyway, so O-N. Thank you for going onto the edge with me. See, there's M-O-O-N. That's your moon, huns, right? That's your moon. Emotions. Isn't that trip? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having fun. That's what we came here to do, and that's what the decoding system is definitely offering. Besides proceed now, man, you know, I want to look at this, and I kind of see, I know, you know, the E is very important. That's the beginning of the word emotions. See, this is a 3-pronged plug right here. This is like all three dimensions, the ground, positive, negative charge, perhaps, but for sure, no, that's what that is energy. Energy, right? Emotions are an energy, babes. I mean, come on. Yeah, see, you know, when you separate it out, everybody knows this, right? You got motion, right? You know that, right? But see now, do you have this much fun with it? Is that like the sound ocean is right in there. And in fact, the moon is in control of all the waters and emotions, right, people? And so, it's just not a coincidence that the O even looks like the moon. You know what I mean? Or the sun. You know, I mean, we are looking at forever life bodies or whatever. It's just we're looking at something that has to do with our environment that contributes to our forever wonder. Yeah. So some words, you know, you can't do that with, but you can with this. It's just I did it right in front of your face. We have emotion, moon. Moon is really causing that. See, now we can look at the truth here, the truth, right in the middle. Isn't that a trip how, like, the truth is in the middle of it all? It is, and sometimes that can really cause an emotion. It's like, what is this that I keep stubbing my toe on? Well, that's the table or the truth, something like that. It's like, it could be a pain in the ass for some minds. See, there's an M there. There's an M, and I guess maybe that's why you want to see the emotions itself has within it, the possibility that the mind or even matter, is involved, for sure. And the N is actually found inside of the M. If that's an M, then there's an N there, and the same with the W. If that's a W, then the N is there. This is because the N is only part of the wave. It's pointing at neurons. It's pointing at neurological connection. Yeah, it's just a half of a wave. It's the half of an N. It's a half of an M, or it's the half of a W, which are the same. The M and the W are the same. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's important to do it like the Channel 4 News for the human population, because this is how it works. Though really, no, really, see, if we are women and we are to do quality control with whatever comes at us, in case we were to, this is kind of an example. It's like, well, see, if you, sorry, if you don't think that the M looks like a W just standing upward or vice versa, then don't reproduce. You're not opened enough as a human imagination. It's going to be miserable for your kids. And also, you're going to be pushed over into the system over there that has you doing black and white, and you're not sounding any of this shit out. You don't give a fuck about the moon or your energy there, or like how to use it. How do you use your emotional lives? If it's there, babes, I'm here to talk about cancer now. Cancer. No, not the disease. It was never a disease. We know cancer as feelings. Notice the word fee in feelings. Do you think we should charge? And do you think that a feeling does, in fact, bring a charge, whether you know it, like it or not? And why are they tapping in on our negative charge? Like fear, fear. So anyway, feelings, the ing I notice is there's that ing. Boy, we have the I there, and then there is an N. See, I like to go in with the ing, and then keep the G down. Because in the ing, it's always there, and it's like convenient. You could just say, well, there's an I open, or it's in. I went in. I made the connection, And so, but feelings, see, cancer, see, you will get diseased if you ignore your cancer, our emotions. Everybody knows that, right? You can just go to hell with your narcissist because you ignore that first gut feeling that says, no, this is inhuman. This is inhumane. I am in danger. I mean, did you ignore the hair standing up on the back of your neck? Don't do that. See, the thing about the non-human, non-feeling people, they're kind of mimicking how to do things. They always want somebody else to do it for them, kind of a thing. They don't get joy in serving other people and doing things right. See, but the thing is, yeah, it's hard to tell what's happening right now with where we are. I'm filming this on January 8th. Oh, in fact, there's supposed to be a very beneficial thing happening for all of us. Maybe I'll get a donation of $20, 500 people. You need the money too, I know, and just imagine if it could happen for you. But you have to figure it out too, because what I'm trying to tell you here is, okay, loosen up a little bit. There's birds in the word. Can you play this game up with us a little bit? I mean, there's common words out there. You would be so surprised. Doing birds and words, and you never start a sentence with an uppercase. See, this thing is going to activate your iPhone to where, okay, so you might get your own message. It might let you know. These are, by the way, what I'm involved with is showing you, I'm holding your swords up. O-R. Notice that in the word is an alternative, see? See, the word is kind of sketchy. Just keep going. God is there. The O is there. It's like, oh, thank God, it's safe. So that's where you went. But swords, yeah, in the word sword, everybody knows that. But it's not a coincidence. It's not. They're trying to tell you what all you can use in order to win the battle or win the babble. How about that? It's a battlefield, by the way. Yeah. So it's just an exercise. You're exercising your imagination, your mind, and everything. And no, be very scientific. Reduce it down. Keep reducing it. See, like how I reduced it down. That one symbol that's in there is this, but did you notice that there's an R there? It's kind of saying, babes, not only replace the letters to make something, but reverse it, re-say it. Going like this and then saying war, are you going to know the difference? See, that's the way you should approach it also, and only a human being can. Yep. Human beings have that kind of imagination that's more rainbow than just black and white. And that's what this thing is going to do for us when you start. See, it's not only elevated, your consciousness is already elevated and very creative. You're well on your way to becoming human. See, singularly, collectively, on a singular, like, harmonic, this needs to happen, and then it starts to pump out on your computer here. I will let you know, it might be just one person, me, or somebody that figures out how to centralize the banking system, the current, so that it goes to you, the currency, that it goes to you, who, Shauna? Yeah, I want that currency. No, I'm talking about just basically what will happen is that your communications bills will be paid off. You don't have to take that on individually. A lot of stuff would be like this, though. You need to help out also think about how it needs to happen for you. See, just keep moving your mind into a field of information that's different than what you've been programmed, which is very much a limited field. They did a lot to turn the population into materialists. I'm sorry, but just putting on too much makeup, right? And too much care about stuff like the materials world that is just a hiding place, it seems. I'm so lucky she doesn't use her claws.
Wonderful and wonderful and marvelous and marvelous.
Anyway, babes, very simple. They've got you so complicated up. You're on end with a lot of things. There's so many things you can do without as far as the world is concerned. Right? That's why we have in the word world. There is the alternative. See, alternative. See, there are natives, and to alter them is easy. The only way to do that is to take away enough information to where they don't play the chess game right. We are one here, and what part of one do you not understand? Well, I think I'm going to slow down a bit and just enjoy something. What's the alternative? Right? I don't know. Did you get altered as a native? What was it? What happened? What happened? Where is your tribe? Who's your leader? That's what I say. Who do you work for? You know, who's your leader? See, I say slave to the universe. To say, holy crimes, man, there is so much here. Did you know that that's the nature of the universe? When you look at it, when you do finally see it, unit, small v, capital E, capital R. That R is important. It says, hey, look at this, babe. Reverse it, please. 1C. 1C. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about Noah and the splitting of the seas and stuff like that. And of course, one of them saves the animals and the other one doesn't. And you don't have to worry about any of that. But somebody has an ego after a while, right? 1C. Otherwise, there's 1C. That is the universe. Have the I right there, but isn't that fun how that if you went like this and you read the word SCE, it still sounds like C. SEE. And if you don't think this word C sounds a lot like the word C, again, don't have kids. Wait a little while. There's something you're missing.